Hello, lovely people. It's stream time. It is time for stream. I have not put this on yet. Hang on. There we go. Tis time for streams. I'm gonna just pull this forward in anticipation. No, you seem to have had the like, as you say, just had the stream open in multiple windows. Hello everybody. Hello Suonova, I'm glad you've returned. Hello everybody. How's everyone doing? How about sounding? Everyone hear me fine? I'm gonna just angle that a bit. Hello. Sweet. Right now I've got the webcam up high. Up like it's on my, it's in the middle of my ring light. I'm wondering if I should bring it forward, because I look down here a lot, just at the screen, and so I'm very rarely looking at you guys. I need to look up at you more. Yeah, how is everyone? Everyone good? Obviously, Fool, I just saw you a couple hours ago. Not even. I think it's good. I think it's a fine position. I just need to remember to look at the camera more often. You know? Before we get started, kind of an update on just life. I have been, well, a few of us, Wheeler a Clown, and I am Bobby Joe if and when he joins the chat, and I have been to Forbidden Planet today. Each bought something. I picked up this. It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth by Zoe Thorogood. Mainly just because I thought the art looked nice. But in case you can't tell from various elements such as the title and, you know, the back of this saying this book was not supposed to exist. Hi Adam. Hi Dadam. This is a heavy book. Emotionally. It deals with, you know, it's an autobiographic novel, autobiographic novel. So it's an autobiography, but it's also a graphic novel. Clever. It deals with depression and suicide and, well, more suicidal ideation. It's a heavy book. It's got some really, really interesting art, and I'm excited to sink my teeth into this. Yeah, it's by an artist called Zoe Thorogood. It's got some. We'll just open it to a. Oh, yeah, it's got some interesting artwork. Some very good artwork. Oh, shit. So I bought that. I did not buy anything else. We did go for food, so I bought that. Turns out that I saw the Adventure Zone, one of the Adventure Zone graphic novels in Forbidden Planet 2, and I didn't buy it because I didn't know if I already had it, and I don't already have it. So if anyone wants to head back to Forbidden Planet at some point, I'd be down for a trip. In order of questions, I'm Bobby Joe. Brad bought volumes 7, 8, and 9 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to complete his collection. And to be fair, they only had volumes 8 and 9 in Forbidden Planet, but then we went next door to the Traveling Man, which is also a comic book shop, which is actually where I bought that. I didn't buy that in Forbidden Planet. And they had volume 7 there, so he managed to complete his collection. As for Adam's question, in the files, which I assume you mean these, this is bacon salt, as in bacon flavored salt. I don't actually know if there's salt in this. I assume there is. Kind of like garlic salt, where it's garlic, but and salt. And this one is piri piri, and I've had to write them on the thing because they had wrappers on, but the wrappers, like, I removed them to open the thing, but I didn't realize you're not meant to open them remove them fully, and so I had to write the names back on. They're just there because I don't think they'll fit. I have a drawer down here full of spices and cooking shit, and I didn't think they would, fit physically in there, but I'll make room for them. They won't be on my desk forever. Steak yesterday was very nice, and I'll be having another one tonight, I think, although not for a little while, because after heading to Forbidden Planet, the boys and I went for food at a place called Fat Hippo, and it was very tasty. Unfortunately, I bought an extra little pot of their kind of signature sauce, which is it's a little bit not spicy, but like tangy. It's got like, it's nice. It's a very nice sauce. Unfortunately, the tub opened in my pocket and covered my phone and my keys, so I had to wipe them clean as best I could on the scene, and I have since cleaned them. There's still enough sauce in there to eat, so I have still kept it. I haven't chucked it out, but yeah, a little bit sad about that. But I had to put my pants in the wash because the pocket is covered in sauce. So I'm gonna deal with that. But luckily, I've got more than one pair of pants. Real. All right. This has been a nice little talk. Oh shit. But I think it's time to get into the art. So let me just adjust that slightly out of the way. Boom. Okay. So last stream, if you'll remember, we did a few faces. Some that didn't, necessarily, I wasn't super happy with everything we did, but we did make Lottie. And that's a character design I'm pretty happy with. But right now, Lottie's just a floating head. And that doesn't necessarily fully work for a character design. Sometimes it does, sometimes all you need is a head, but I'd like to at least get an idea of what the full character design looks like, because that can inform some personality choices. So I think we should design Lottie a body. A body for Lottie. Failed Dr. Seuss book. Okay. I think, like her face and head, I want to use a lot of like rounder shapes. Just gonna indicate the eyes for now. We'll get our proper eyes later. Also, while I'm doing this, if anyone has any suggestions for elements that we can include, I think we decided last night on the last stream that she likely works in a very kind of customer focused job, something like a diner. You know, something where she's talking to a lot of people. Because I like the idea that she's a bit of a gossip. You know, not in any sort of malicious way. She's not spreading horrible rumors about people. But you know, she likes to know what's going on in people's lives. She likes talking to people, she likes finding out about people. So I think possibly having her in some kind of diner uniform could be cute, could be cool, you know, fits the character. And for that, real quick, we're gonna put up some reference, because as an artist, reference is your friend. I personally quite like using Pinterest. If we just type in diner uniform, yeah, immediately this is the kind of vibes that we're looking for. So tell you what, we can copy and paste some of these actually into the canvas. Ooh, that's real small. We'll make that a bit bigger. The quality doesn't really matter because, you know, we're not tracing, we're not actually using these images in the final image. We're just using them as reference to kind of gauge the style of what we're looking into. You know, I not to give too much away for the campaign. But you know, I want there to be that kind of almost Twin Peaks kind of vibe to the town, which is useful because one of the images that popped up, I'm fairly sure that's a Twin Peaks character. It's a while since I watched Twin Peaks. I'm just gonna cover this guy because we're not using his uniform as reference. Yeah. I think gathering reference is an important part of creating any character. What if you just destroyed Lottie? Haha. Haha. As I established last stream. Lottie ain't guaranteed to survive. Anything could happen. Nobody's safe. Yeah, exactly, Atala. I'm 3 steps ahead of you, buddy. Right, I'm just with an eraser. You can also do this with a selection tool. It would probably be faster with a selection tool. But I'm just cutting out any like extraneous information. I'm not going like all the way up to the wood. Yeah, I don't need to like cut it out perfectly. Because again, we're not actually using these images in the final piece. We're just using it to inform. I like the idea that this is maybe, you know, it's a small town, it's an older town, maybe they're not, you know, super modern on a lot of things. So maybe the, you know, I'm, even though this is a game set in modern day, I'm alright with having, you know, some older inspiration. I don't need all the inspiration to be, you know, completely hyper modern. Sorry to this guy, I am cutting you out of the image you're in. I'm just gonna do this quickly and then I will use the selection tool to get rid of everything else. Right now these are all on separate layers, so I don't need to worry about... Oh, shit. Want to cut the rest of this guy out. I don't need to worry about, you know, avoiding this. I think that's good on reference, although we can grab maybe 1 or 2 more pictures just to kind of solidify the vision we're going for. And again, just real quick, we'll I don't always do like this. I don't always like, you know, sit and actually paste them into Clip Studio Paint and cut them out, and I don't always necessarily go that like deep in the paint, but it can especially like getting the images you're using onto the canvas you're drawing on can kind of help you to look at them more. Because if I have something on this monitor, even just the, you know, the act of shifting focus from what you're drawing on to what you're looking at here, it can be hard to break that concentration when, you know, you're in it, when you're deep in the paint. And so having the inspiration actually on the canvas with you can kind of help mitigate some of that. It means you're actually looking at some kind of reference. Okay. We're not gonna basic shape this too much. I think maybe a little bit of a little bit of a tum. Oh. On second thought, it might be better to basic shape this. Let me just immediately go against what I said. It can be good to kind of sketch out the kind of shapes you're wanting to work with. I don't think Lottie is going to be particularly tall. I imagine her to be quite a short, squat woman. Let's get like a floor plane in here. Just kind of just indicate where the middle of the legs are. We don't need to figure out the knees right now. And we got feet. The legs tend to end in feet. You know. We don't need to figure out like the full boobage situation, but you know, it's good to figure out where, like, kind of how the body is shaped so that we can build clothes around it. Also, just while I'm looking at stuff, one thing that we can take from the reference images that we've got is that the kind of headwear often seems to have similar coloring to the uniform, because, you know, the headwear is part of the uniform, and we've already figured out some colors in the original kind of head image. So working with kind of a beige and blue on the uniform. And I think that's a situation where character design can inform things about more than just the character. That, if anything, says something to me about maybe the town. You know, if they're using beige as part of the diner uniform, it's probably a bit of a quieter town, a bit of a more boring town. Not a lot going on. Which, considering this is a Monster of the Week game, it means that a monster sighting could make things interesting, especially for the gossip of the town. If there's rumors about beasties and monsters and shit running about, she's gonna be all over that. Now, of course, this is for specifically the tabletop game Monster of the Week, which I've been sorting my notes out recently. I've been, you know, I'm designing potential NPCs for right now. But I think these are These are tips that work for a lot of different tabletop games. Looking at, I like the shoes that she's got going on here, so I'm just gonna go with them. Like, I don't know if they have like an actual name, just the kind of all black shoes, single strap, usually worn with white socks under them. I feel like they were quite common, like school shoes back when I was in school, like primary school. Of course, right now we're just working on kind of the basic uniform that Lottie's wearing, but that's not all that she is. So if anyone has any like suggestions for you know, accessories or modifications to a uniform, you know, maybe she wears pins, maybe she's a pin type person. You know, maybe she's got like, well, she'd have a name tag somewhere, I think, even though there's not really any in the reference. Oh wait, that looks to be one kind of sewn onto the chest as opposed to having a name tag, which I think I like. I think I like that more. I think, you know, despite Lottie being, you know, short for Charlotte, I think she goes by Lottie pretty exclusively. I don't think she'd have Charlotte on her uniform instead of Lottie, you know? I think if she's talking to people all day, she wants them to call her Lottie. Give this a hem so we can start figuring out, you know, if the uniform's gonna be blue and cream, which is frankly a bit of a disgusting color combo. Like, it's not inherently bad, but like, I don't know, if I'm looking for somewhere to eat and the uniform color is blue and cream, I don't know how I feel about that. So looking at these, I like this. I like the idea that there's maybe a pocket in this little apron, because there's a lot we can do with that. You know, she'll have a little order pad, which we'll just grab a little one of them. What kind of pens she got in here? What kind of pens does Lottie use? I feel like she's a whimsical person. Maybe she has a pen with like a little teddy bear topper. Ooh, maybe it's a clicky pen with like a, I don't know, well, actually, yeah. Like maybe you click the bear's head and it click click. Like a little clicky pen. I don't think she'd be a fountain pen kind of person. That seems I feel like despite being a diner waitress, or maybe, you know, in some cruel cosmological way, because maybe she's a diner waitress because of this. I like the idea that she's maybe a bit clumsy. Yeah. Yeah, fountain pen would be unpractical. Although, I don't know. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want ink getting into your food. I'm gonna... I think there's a bit of... just like the fabric, you know, it's not a super tight, like, get up. So I think the fabric can kind of like it is here. It gets kind of cinched in by the apron. I love these little half aprons. I don't know why. I just always thought that was a great, like, look on a lot of things. As I was saying, I think she's, like, despite working as a waitress in a diner, I do like the idea that she's maybe a little bit clumsy. You know, not massively so. She's not dropping plates of food constantly, but... I wonder if maybe we could, get like a little stain going somewhere, you know? Maybe some jewelry? Do we think Lottie's married? Or do you think maybe that's part of her personality? Maybe she's always on the lookout for Mr. Right. Or Mrs. Right. I like maybe the idea that she's single and looking for someone. But maybe she's not. Maybe she's single and is perfectly happy in that situation. What if Lottie is me? I'm liking this. We can... Ooh. Got to get rid of that bit. We can hide some of that, some of the reference, and let's... Oh, right, it's that. Okay. Just gonna... Just gonna, you know, distort Lottie a little bit. Kind of fix her positioning. It's time to do it a bit more, actually. That's one thing I find really hard when working on characters. I feel like I always give them like a mean lean. Like they always end up kind of looking like this, where they're leaning towards the side. And I always have to go in and fix it, and throws other stuff off. Hey man, this is America. She might have a gun somewhere. I don't think she carries it to work. I think if you walk into a diner and see your server is strapped openly, I think that most reasonable people are going to be a little bit worried. Maybe she has a bracelet of some kind, like one of them Pandora ones, you know, where it's got like the different charms. Oh yes, I know what you mean. Should we keep the teddy bear head if we're adding that? You know, like a little... Yeah, like a little one of them. Hell yeah. She got it from her daughter. Maybe she does have a daughter. I feel like maybe that's it. She's like a single mom, just trying to make it in the world, just trying to get by for her daughter. I don't think Lottie's particularly old. I think she's maybe kind of mid-30s. Early mid-30s. I don't know. I like the idea that she's kind of maybe a bit younger. Obviously, who knows? It's kind of become a thing that we're building this character together. But I like the idea that she's, you know, maybe not quite 50s, 60s. I'm not giving her clown makeup. Or a gun. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Feels like every 5 months or so. Nah, that's probably being generous. Every couple months or so, clowns get brought up in the Discord, and it sends Adam and Brad into a weird clown frenzy. Hey. I do get what you mean, Atala. I don't think she looks mid to late 30s. Something is making her look older, and I don't know what it is. Is it the chin? Is it this? I feel like that's immediately making her look younger. Yeah, it is a bit of an older hairstyle. Although, like I say, I do envision this town as being kind of a... What's the phrase? Like, lost in time, stuck in time type deal? Like, not literally, but you know, it's a bit of a conservative town, a bit of a, you know... There's some people who liked it the way it was back in the 50s. That is also the thing of like, I like the idea that the diner is maybe themed to be more of that like 50s 60s sort of theme. I'll need to come up with a name for that diner, or y'all can come up with a name for that diner, because obviously this isn't a thing unique to Monster of the Week. You can do this in any tabletop game. But Monster of the Week very specifically says to leave areas of your map open. Or even to just not create a town map, which I'm not. Because that means your players are free to fill in the gaps and come up with locations. I think that's gonna be a little weird considering 2 of your player characters are from out of town. But you know, you could have a kind of thoughts of, oh, I saw this on the outskirts of town as I was driving in, or oh, I saw that. And then meanwhile, the characters who have been in town for a little while can say, oh yeah, I remember this place for this reason. Funky flavors. That could work. Funky Flavors Diner. That kind of begs the question of what kind of names do diners usually have? Vinyl Vibes. Ooh, I like that. I don't just want a restaurant name generator. I want something specific for diners. I don't want... Yeah, I don't know. But I'm liking Ah, fair enough. I do like something along the lines of vinyl vibes. Seems like a fun place. Maybe they've got like, you know, some places have like vinyl records hanging up on the wall. Dish and Dash, that's a fun one. Real quick, how's my stream quality? Because it seems to keep dipping into the red. And I've apparently already dropped 10,000 frames. Ah, fair enough. If there doesn't seem to be any problems on your end, then I'm not going to complain. OBS is just showing that it keeps dipping into the red. But if it ain't broke, don't fiddle with it. I do like Dish and Dash. Yeah, certainly. I'll keep an eye on it. She would serve the middest mashed potatoes this side of the planet. Yeah, I think the waffles are probably a little soggy. The mashed potatoes aren't great. The bacon could be crispier. Well, sometimes too crispy. I don't think whatever this diner is called, although I'm liking all these names: Munch Nook, Nibble Nest, Crispy Corner, Delish Depot. I like the Delish Depot because that gives us like the triple alliteration of the Delish Depot Diner. Same with Dish and Dash. Dish and Dash Diner. I like something with D's. Don't make a D's nuts joke. What if I did? What if I... Adam, what if I did say she worked at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria? What if we get into this and I'm running a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's game? I mean, immediately a bunch of you will quit because fuck that. But like, what if I did pull that bullshit? It's true, my Pat did quit. That means Five Nights at Freddy's is dead because Matt Pat is Scott Coffin. And he made those videos to sell his own game. I do think I like Dish and Dash. I think that's the one that yeah, that's the one that's like speaking to me. Because again, like I say, you get that like triple alliteration. You get the Dish and Dash Diner. Welcome to the Dish and Dash. I'll be your server today. I also potentially like the idea, just to slightly change it, call it the Dine and Dash and just have it be the most unfortunate restaurant name ever. Like maybe it was made before the term Dine and Dash was coined, and now it's basically just saying steal from us. Yeah. I mean, fuck, now we know what we're doing this stream. We're designing Lottie's kind of outfit, and also, I guess, coming up with a logo for dining for a Dish and Dash. Wanna kind of... One thing I always tend to struggle with is getting lapels even on outfits. If I'm drawing a character with like a jacket, or just in this case, the uniform has like this kind of shit. I don't think Lottie would be the manager of the Dish and Dash. I like the idea that maybe... I just realized I'm imagining a SpongeBob situation. You know, she's kind of bubbly and friendly and maybe very much enjoys her job. She's just got this like grumpy kind of shitty co-worker or manager, and I just realized that that's SpongeBob and Squidward. Ooh. Okay. This is how I know I've watched too many game theory videos about Five Nights at Freddy's, because as I read your comment saying it would be, you know, cute if she worked with her dad since, you know, she's divorced. So it's a family business, and I went, ah, so it's like, you know, the Dish and Dash family diner, and my brain immediately went to the knowledge that I'm now cursed, that I'm cursed with forever now, which is that in Five Nights at Freddy's lore, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria started off as the Fredbear Family Diner. And so I can never hear the words Family Diner now without thinking of the goddamn animatronics game. That shit bear has ruined my life. To answer your suggestion though, Tala, I do like the idea that it's a family business, a family diner. Maybe her granddad or something started it back in like the 50s, and it's still going. And it started off obviously as an of the time, you know, this is just what diners are like here in the 50s. Here in the 50s, yeah. And that's fun, because that ties the diner into something that I have in mind for this game. Having it be an old establishment that has stood the test of time for, I mean, at this point, if it was established in the 50s, it's been around for like 70 years. And that's the other question. Do we think Lottie's divorced? Or do we think she's maybe widowed? We should. That would be fun. I think she's wearing like a vest under here or something, like, you know, just a little something. I hid the... But yeah, do we think Lottie's divorced, or do we think she's perhaps widowed? Make it sadder. I like the idea that maybe something happened to the dad. Oh, you know, to the husband, the father of Lottie's kid. Maybe, but especially in the beginning, I don't know if that's the kind of monster I'm gonna go with. And also, stuff like that, I don't necessarily want to take input on, just because I don't want you guys knowing too much about the monster right off the bat, you know? So while that's a very, very good suggestion, I don't think I'm gonna go with that, just because I want you guys to be able to have the, you know, not surprise, but like the point of the game is to uncover information. That's why I'm trying to be vague about, well, maybe something happened to the husband. Okay, that's definitely a potential. Man, for a character that I envision as being quite, like, bubbly and upbeat, Lottie's had a bit of a tough life. Although I guess that's often the case, isn't it? Sometimes the bubbliest people have had some major hardships. Yes, like that's the thing. Like, there are two ways that we could go about that. You know, like, is it just kind of a hide the pain thing, or does she actually feel a lot happier? I suppose that is the kind of thing that can be discovered in game. I think. Well, these uniforms are going to be somewhat custom to the person, and I like the idea that there's a little bit of a craftsmanship in it, a little, you know, kind of embroidered on name, have a little bit of fanciness. I've always liked the look of like kind of nested letters. It's not always easy to do. Like, that just makes it look a bit sloppy. I don't love that. Pardon? See, now those T's look too far apart though. Bit of a... Joys of trying to design lettering. I think that works out decently, actually. Okay, so we're getting some... So the dress, like I say, I think... If we look at the reference that we've already got, you'll notice that in both of the pictures that have headwear, like headgear, boom, boom, The headgear is the same color as the kind of dress. Oddly, in both of these cases, it's like a tealy blue with white accents. That means, going by what we've already done with Lottie, the dress is likely going to be like a cream beige kind of color with blue accents. Although I do warn everyone watching, when we do get to the coloring process, I will be doing the same thing I did last time, where, you know, her skin ended up being blue and her hair was like canary yellow, because that just helps me differentiate the colors better before I actually make her skin a skin tone and such. I've been listening to some kind of Monster of the Week genre stuff recently, just to kind of get, you know, into that headspace. There's some real good stuff out there. Started listening ages ago and I want to get back into it to kind of, what's the, because it's not a podcast, it's not really like a radio play, I guess just like an audio drama type thing called Alice Isn't Dead. It's made by the creator of Welcome to Night Vale, if you ever listened to that. Which I used to listen to that quite a bit. It is where I first heard the song This Too Shall Pass by Danny Schmidt, which is a very good song. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good stuff in Welcome to Night Vale, and also in Alice Isn't Dead, and I think there's a lot of inspiration you can take from stuff like that. Highly recommend it to anyone looking for some, not even particularly supernatural stuff, but just almost like absurdist kind of audio drama type situation. There are supernatural elements. It's also a bit of a mystery because the entire kind of premise is the main character, the character whose point of view we see, is a truck driver who is recording her, you know, just kind of thoughts out loud into a tape recorder, because her girlfriend, wife, fiance, some relation, Alice, when well, she thought died, But then she came across some evidence that that wasn't the case. And I'll not spoil the bits that I know. I'll, you know, it's definitely a thing that I recommend, you know, giving a listen if you've got some free time and you're just looking for something to listen to. Thank you. I enjoy Twin Peaks. I think it's a very good show. And I think a game like Monster of the Week is suited to that kind of inspiration. Basically Rose McGowan. Yeah, 100%. Very honestly, very much that kind of inspiration of, like, at least when we first see her, kind of, you know, bubbly, friendly diner worker. You know, diner waitress. Diner worker sounded weirdly, I don't know whether it's just the way I said it, but it sounded like I said it with a bit of a sneer, like, oh, diner worker. Which, you know. I like diners. I wish England had more of them. I don't know where a diner is anywhere near us, if there are any, but I'd love to go into one. Because even if the food is bad, it seems like a cozy kind of place for me. But yeah, that's kind of very much the kind of character archetype that I see this Lottie as. I almost said Rosie because before Atala suggested Lottie, I was originally going to call this character Rosie, which I'm glad I didn't, because actually Rose McGowan, that would have been too close. So thank you for suggesting the name Lottie Atala. You've saved me from H-Bomber Guy's plagiarism hammer. Yeah, I think that's the Rose McGowan. I think that's the person. Because again, Alan Wake is very, very, very good game. Very Twin Peaksy. Very much, like, there's definitely inspiration there. Yeah. But there are also characters in Twin Peaks that are like that. I can't remember their names off the top of my head because, man, it's been a while since I've seen Twin Peaks. I need to get back into that. I never finished that. I need to get back to watching Twin Peaks. Because that's the show that doesn't... Unlike Alan Wake, Twin Peaks is weird but not massively supernatural until you get like a decent bit into it. Rose Marigold, yeah, okay. To be fair, I was right there with you. I was like, you know. Yeah, absolutely. Rose McGowan, that's the character's name. Yeah, no, you're right. That's good. But yeah, Twin Peaks is a weird one in that it's not like massively supernatural until like the end, and the, well, not the end, but it's certainly not massively supernatural right at the beginning. There's some weirdness. It's a weird show. The characters are all, you know, strange. But there's the thing, obviously I'm very limited in my Alan Wake 2 knowledge. I've been trying to avoid that for, you know, ruler of clown reasons. But I'm just moving this so I can adjust my sitting position, because my butt's getting numb. But yeah, I'm very limited in my knowledge of that, but I do know that there is a segment with a kind of talk show host, and obviously, you know, Alan Wake has been stuck in the dark place for a long time. For at least the, you know, however many years it's been since the first game. But time might work slightly differently in the dark dimension, so for all I know, it could be longer for him. And likewise, there's a similar situation in Twin Peaks. I'll say again, I'm not gonna spoil it. I genuinely, we're gonna be playing a kind of Twin Peaksy game. I would recommend people checking out Twin Peaks if you get the chance. Obviously, it's not like required watching or anything, but survival horror Dark Souls. Okay. You mean lore-wise, right? Like, you know, as in time is kind of convoluted and strange. Yeah. Story is similar, you get it in similar ways, and time is convoluted in Lordran. Yep, absolutely. Hell yes, my boy! Old Gods of Asgard, which song are you listening to? You listen to Herald of Darkness, or Take Control, or... I still think Take Control is one of my favorite Old Gods of Asgard songs. Herald of Darkness is very good, but I don't think it quite takes the cake compared to Take Control for me. Hell yeah. I was about to start like singing a snippet of it, but one, that's a copyrighted song, so probably shouldn't, and two, that would sound very strange with lo-fi in the background. Oh god, now I need someone to do a lo-fi cover of Herald of Darkness. Or Take Control. Horizon sense of awe and wonder. That's it, that's all you get. I still need to listen to Dark Ocean Summoning and The Sea of Night. I still need to listen to those because you sent me them and I haven't gotten around to it yet. Although part of me is tempted to not listen to them and then go into Alan Wake 2 blind to as much of the music as possible as well. When that eventually happens. I think that could be fun for kind of get my live reaction of ooh, this song slaps. Oh, is it not? Okay, then that's one I can listen to at some point fairly soon then. But I do like the idea of going in blind to at least to any music that's gonna be in the game, you know? So I think that could be very fun. To be fair, I said I need someone to do a lo-fi cover of Herald of Darkness. But it's not lo-fi, it's more of like a smooth jazz. But there is a segment of that song that's kind of... You know? It's got a little bit of a... It's got a little bit of a non-rock little segment in it, which slaps hard. It is great. I do genuinely love songs that like switch genres a little bit, like right in the middle there. Well, that's me fully out of Iron Brew. Luckily, your boy's also got water in here. I should probably change this out. It's been a few days. It's gonna start having that plasticky taste, but Ports of the Fall are a brilliant band for doing All Gods of Asgard. And also just like their non-All Gods of Asgard stuff slaps as well for anyone who's not listened to it. Carnival of Rust is probably one of my favorites by them, but they've got a bunch of really good ones. War is great. Don't take that out of context. Don't take me saying War is great out of context. Lift is great. What's the other one that I just had in my head? That's gonna bug me. No, I guess I don't know what I was thinking of. Maybe I was thinking of an old Gods of Asgard song, not remembering that it's a Pause of the Fall song. I will say, before I listened to Take Control, my favorite was Children of the Elder God. I like the upbeat rock stuff that they've done. The high energy stuff. Sleep, that's one that I need to listen to at some point. That's another one that I feel like you've sent me and I was like in the middle of something, so I was like, ooh, I'll give that a listen in a minute. And then I just forgot because my brain doesn't work. I would genuinely like to hear a full version of Herald of Darkness, but that is entirely in that sort of little segment style of the kind of lounge jazz. I think that would slap. But I do genuinely love songs that can switch genre mid-song and still kind of keep the vibe. Okay, ooh, I never drew in her eyes. I don't know if I'm gonna go into the kind of rendering that I did on this version of the face. I might just keep the coloring pretty simple for this, because even if I don't know if I'm gonna do full art for a bunch of NPCs. I'm probably gonna do art for the important ones, but this is more just an exercise in kind of creating a character, you know. But if I do, I don't know kind of what style I'll do them in, and if I do full art for some of the at the very least, I think I will for some of the more important NPCs. And this will not be the final art for Lottie. This is again just you know. Oh, what playbook would Alan Wake be? Give me a second. You know what? Drawing paused. Give me a second. I need a... Let's get the consolidated playbooks open. I don't think he'd be the Chosen. Maybe he'd be the Chosen. But I don't think he'd be the Chosen. That's one that maybe we'll come back to. That just seems like a fun, like, video to do at some point, like... taking characters... Because obviously there's a lot of videos... out there of people taking fictional characters and statting them up in D&D, either as a player character or as an NPC, right? But most people do that for Dungeons and Dragons. Occasionally some will do it for Pathfinder, because I've seen people build Batman, I've seen people... I'll be perfectly honest, I've seen people build Yang. I've seen someone try to build Yang in Pathfinder. Because of course I have. I never watched the video, I just saw a thumbnail. But yeah, I've seen that someone's done that. But you don't see many people doing it for other tabletop games, like, you know, I've never seen someone do it for the Cypher system. I've never seen someone do it for Monster of the Week. So I'm not gonna go deep into it, but I'm just gonna kind of have a look through these real quick. I don't think he wouldn't be the Divine. I don't think he'd be the Expert. Maybe he'd be the Flake. The Flake is kind of the conspiracy theorist. You know, you get moves like connect the dots, which you can look for like patterns, and crazy eyes, you just get +1 weird. And Alan's a little bit crazy. Obviously this doesn't get the reality altering necessarily. Maybe it'd be something like the Hex, which is like a weird fucking spellcastery one. Although no, that's got like temptations and shit. He might be a straight spell slinger. Honestly, unfortunately, the correct answer is that he'd have a custom playbook. Because that's kind of big with Monster of the Week. Is that it's very easy to put together a custom playbook. But I'm not sure. Hex could work. Spellslinger could work, I think. I think if you maybe give him a few custom moves and you know, do some hefty reflavoring, I think the Chosen could work. But I don't think it would be like the perfect. I don't think any of these would necessarily be the perfect fit. What I think you certainly could do is like, there's a bunch of things where you can take a move from a different playbook. So you could probably start with like the Chosen or something, but then maybe take a playbook from the Mundane, or take a playbook from, what was one of the other ones I went with? The Flake, you know, to kind of get some of his paranoia going. And I think kind of building the character like that is your best bet. But I think Alan Wake would be a very interesting game. Like, you know how like people will do like a one shot of like, hey, I mean I'm mainly thinking of like Critical Role when they do shit like this, but they did like the Elden Ring one shot, and they've done, you know, stuff like that. I think it would be very interesting to see an Alan Wake inspired, at least, Monster of the Week game, because I think that would be the best system to do it in. You know, the monster, it would be more of a phenomenon mystery, I think, because the monster, quote unquote, would be the darkness. It wouldn't be the guys covered in shadow. I don't even think it would be like Barbara. What's her face? I think the quote-unquote monster would just be the concept of the darkness. But I do think that, you know, the enemies that you fight in Alan Wake you could. I still think that kind of the big cloud form would work more as a... So in Monster of the Week, one of the like add-on books, I say one of, I think it's the only add-on book, Tome of Mysteries, adds a different type of kind of mystery that you can run, which is the Phenomenon. The Phenomena mystery. Again, I'll just get it open so that we can... So that I have something open to talk about. Let me find it. And Phenomenon mysteries are slightly different in that, like, you're not looking to kill a monster. You're looking to stop a phenomenon or to kind of contain it. The the example that they use is that you enter a town and you find out that the town is stuck in a time loop. The same day repeats over and over. And over the course of the mystery, you discover that the time loop is being caused by these crystals that came from like a local mine, and that a bunch of people have as like decorations in their house. And the like resonance of these crystals is causing a time loop. And so you have that day to kind of discover things, and also to place like clues for yourself so that you can remember if the day resets. And you have to kind of, you know, discover various bits of information about the time loop. And you learn that when the crystals are contained in something, they are effectively inert. So the local like mine or cave that they were found in, if you take them back there, the town is saved. If you put them in a secure box, the town is saved. But you're not really killing anything. You're not fighting a monster. You're not breaking the crystals necessarily, because all that's going to do is make smaller crystals. It's very much more the solving of a mystery. You know? And I think the Dark Presence would perhaps work a lot more like that, in that I don't really think the Dark Presence is something that you can kill. Obviously, I haven't played Alan Wake 2, so maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know that the Dark Presence is something you can, like, actually destroy. Because if you can destroy it, sure, then maybe it is a monster. But if not, I think a Phenomena Mystery would work perfectly well for that. Either way, you can have you can give the monster minions, and I think that would work well for the likes of you know, the afflicted townspeople. It's extremely adverse to light. I would imagine so, but like that might just, yeah, it goes out of its way to destroy those things, but like what I mean is, obviously, again, I don't necessarily want this spoiled for me, and I don't know this about it, but I don't know in the game if you ever actually defeat the Dark Presence, or if Alan himself just escapes, or is still trapped there, or whatever. I don't know. But like, my point is, even the Dark Presence, like, being attached to something like the afflicted townspeople, I don't necessarily know that the Dark Presence as a whole gets permanently defeated, you know? And if that's the case, then I would run it more as I would personally run it more as a Phenomena Mystery. And you could treat certain parts of it as minions, you know, so, or as like environmental hazards. So maybe, you know, there are some afflicted townspeople, in which case, fair enough. Yeah, see, I would run that more as a phenomenon where, like, you're not necessarily defeating a monster permanently, you're just kind of sorting it out, at least for now. And you could have patches of darkness or afflicted townspeople as minions, in which case you would give them the weakness that they are averse to the light, and they are like, I'd maybe give them really high armor, like armor 5, as in, you know, every attack they take up to 5 less damage, meaning they negate any attack that is less than 5, which in Monster of the Week, even guns do like 3 harm. Some do more, but like, even if you're a spell slinger and you fully like spec out your magic to be like damage wise, you'll do 5 damage, you know? So I'd maybe give them like armor 5 until you've hit them with the flashlight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe that's how I would probably run Alan Wake. The first monster is a single taken. Then, you know, the campaign kind of progresses, and eventually the taken are just kind of seen as fucking what's its face? Minions. You know? Also, thank you for saying taken, because I forgot what they were actually called in-game. That's why I've just been going with, like, the afflicted. This has got my fucking wheels turning. Obviously, you know, we'll put it on the back burner for a bit, because I want to run the actual game that I've been planning. But I think it would be fun to run, like, not a full campaign, but maybe like an Alan Wake one-shot in Monster of the Week. I think that could be fun. The FBC calls it the Shadow. That's cool. Yeah, I think that would be interesting, because it means you could play the likes of the professional playbook, and your character could be a member of the FBC. Or you could be, you know, you could play the Divine, but instead of being some sort of fucking celestial angel bullshit, you are like the Lightbringer or whatever it is. Like you are the champion of light, you know, type of deal. Hell yeah. Okay. I think that is a pretty good Lottie design. Let's actually, you know, center us so that we're not cutting off the top of our head. I think I'll leave the coloring for now because stream's been going for 2 hours and honestly I need a bit of a piss. So I think this is potentially a good place to end this stream here. At least, you know. I'll be back. I'll be back on Friday. And we can get some color. Man, I'm getting really good at stretching out single images to multiple streams. I truly am a content creator at heart. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. Wait. I'm still gonna end the stream here because I've already said it. But in future, I need to get better at this because, like, my stream has just hit the 2-hour mark. But I forget that I pre-roll for about 10 minutes. So technically, I've only streamed for 1 hour and 50 minutes tonight. Of actually me streaming. But I'm back on Friday, so we can make up the time there. Because I really do need a piss. And also I need to go and get Iron Brew and shit. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me. And I'll be back on Friday. Goodbye.